The mission at Hope Cancer Care Nevada is to provide world-class care closer to home. I'm Dr. Mehdi. I'm a medical oncologist and founder of Hope Cancer Care Nevada.
This is Eye on Cancer with Dr. Mehdi and Linda Kass.
Good evening. I'm Linda Kass, and you are watching Channel 46, KPVM TV, Eye on Cancer. This is not a live broadcast, but you may call in with questions or you may email with questions. You call in at 775-727-9400 or email to eoc@kpvm.tv. That's for Eye on Cancer. And I'm here with Pahrumph's own medical oncologist who will answer your questions, Dr. Raja Mehdi. Hi,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Mehdi.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty doggone good. How about you?
Awesome.
All right. Sounds good. Well, you know, we have some questions this week, and I think we should just jump right in. And I do have to tell you thank you again, though, because people generally do not have access to an expert in the field. And this is, people are saying this is really, truly a great experience and opportunity to get their questions asked. And so the first one that we have is from Ralph M. And he says, I have IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome. Is that a risk factor for developing colon cancer? His doctor's telling him that he wants to check it frequently, and Ralph is worried.
Thank you, Ralph, for asking the question. IBS, the irritable bowel syndrome, is not a risk factor for colon cancer. There is another, the IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease. There are two types. One is called Crohn's disease, and one is called ulcerative colitis. Those are risk factors for colon cancer. And if you have those, frequent colonoscopies are indicated. But to my knowledge, frequent checking for irritable bowel syndrome with the colonoscopy is not indicated, and it's not a risk factor for developing colon cancer.
I have known some people who, my aunt, for example, is, she suffers from Crohn's disease, and there's never ever been any kind of indication from her doctors that would, develop into cancer. And so firsthand experience, I have known other people, some right here in Pahrump, who have developed that type of cancer. Not necessarily with the disease. And so I think, how much would genetics play a part in the development of cancer? I
don't think we have identified the genes to make an actionable difference. People are looking at a lot of genes, and I'm sure that there are, it has to be. The two-hit model is that all of us are born with certain genetic makeup that makes us more or less prone to get cancer. And the second hit is going to be from the environment, such as what we put in our mouth, what we smoke, the air that we breathe. So those theories are very relevant. But there is no identifiable gene that we can say that if you have this, we're going to take out your colon because you're going to get cancer. That hasn't happened yet.
Okay. Well, you mentioned smoking, and that leads to the next question. Carmel M. has asked, I've been smoking for 25 years and have been recently diagnosed with thyroid cancer. Could that have been caused from the smoking?
This is an interesting question because thyroid cancer, and we do not know why, there are a lot of theories about it. Actually, the statistics show the cancer, less cancer in smokers for thyroid.
Honestly?
So we don't know why.
Wow.
But this is not a documented risk factor for thyroid cancer, but it can cause a lot many other cancers. So it's good to avoid it.
Avoiding smoking is a good thing. And once again, I hope people don't think that I think I'm a know-it-all. It's my mother suffered from thyroid cancer, and she never smoked a day in her life. And so, lots of times people get the impressions from advertising and from other different sources that the medical field or that the advertisers perhaps know more than they actually do, trying to sell products and lead us to believe things that aren't necessarily true, but will line somebody's pockets. And so we kind of have to be careful with.
Sure, and that it comes from the gaps in knowledge, because we don't know everything about cancer. We're starting to scratch the surface, and I think the direction is right. Like you said, more towards finding out the genetic makeup of the cancer, and hence the person. But we're not there yet.
So we just keep trying, keep on going.
Absolutely.
And, we just
at least we can educate ourselves or what's known.
Exactly.
To help.
Exactly. Yeah. And this, I'm really proud to be a part of this, where we can answer questions with a degree of reality, and if the answer isn't available, you're very straightforward, and you just say, well, we don't know the answer to that yet.
Well, absolutely.
So,
I mean, for you to actually believe in something, you have to first figure out what you don't know.
Absolutely. So, well, once again, we are not live, but you can get your questions answered by calling in to 775-727-9400 or emailing to eoc@kpvm.tv. That's for Eye on Cancer. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back to answer some more questions.